In a small, forgotten village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young girl named Amara. Her life was a tapestry of pain and hope, woven together by threads of resilience and love. Amara's mother had passed away when she was just a child, and her father, a fisherman, worked tirelessly to provide for them. But the sea was unforgiving, and some days he returned with empty nets and a heavier heart. Amara's days were spent helping her father mend the nets, tending to their modest garden, and dreaming of a life beyond the village. She often sat by the shore, her toes buried in the cool sand, watching the horizon where the sky kissed the sea. It was there, in the quiet moments, that she felt closest to her mother. The waves whispered stories of hope, and the breeze carried promises of a brighter tomorrow. One harsh winter, a storm ravaged the village, destroying homes and leaving many, including Amara and her father, with nothing. The pain of loss was sharp, but Amara's hope never wavered. She remembered her mother's words, spoken softly on her deathbed. Even in the darkest nights, the stars still shine. With nothing but a few coins and a heart full of determination, Amara and her father set out for the city. The journey was grueling, and hunger gnawed at their strength. But Amara's hope was a flame that refused to be extinguished. She sang songs of the sea to lift her father's spirits, and her laughter became a beacon of light in their darkest hours. In the city, they found work in a bustling market. Amara's hands, once calloused from mending nets, now wove intricate baskets that caught the eyes of passers-by. Her father, though weary, found solace in her unwavering optimism. Slowly, they began to rebuild their lives, one small step at a time. Years passed, and Amara grew into a woman of strength and grace. She never forgot the pain of her past, but it no longer defined her. Instead, it became the foundation upon which she built her dreams. She opened a small shop, selling her beautifully crafted baskets and teaching others the art she had mastered. Her father, now old and gray, sat by her side, his eyes filled with pride. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Amara returned to the shore. The waves still whispered and the breeze still carried promises. She knelt in the sand, her fingers tracing the patterns left by the tide. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice carried away by the wind, "for the pain that taught me strength and the hope that led me here." Amara's life was a testament to the power of hope. It was a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming pain, the human spirit could rise, resilient and unyielding. And as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Amara knew that her mother's words had always been true. The stars would always shine, even in the darkest nights. Amara stood up, brushing the sand from her hands, and gazed at the stars. They seemed brighter tonight, as if they were celebrating her journey. She took a deep breath, feeling the cool night air fill her lungs, and turned to walk back to the city. But as she did, she noticed a faint light flickering in the distance, near the edge of the shore. Curiosity tugged at her heart. She followed the light, her footsteps silent against the soft sand. As she drew closer, she realized it was a small lantern, its flame dancing gently in the breeze. Beside it sat an old woman, her face weathered by time, but her eyes warm and kind. "You've come a long way, child," the woman said, her voice soft but steady. "I've been waiting for you." Amara hesitated, unsure of what to say. "Waiting for me? But I don't know you." The woman smiled, her eyes crinkling at the corners. "Perhaps not, but I know you. I've watched you from afar, seen how you've carried your pain and hope like two sides of the same coin. You've done well, Amara." Amara's heart skipped a beat. "How do you know my name?" The woman chuckled lightly. "The stars told me. They speak of those who listen, and you've always listened, haven't you?" Amara's eyes widened. She thought of the countless nights she had spent by the shore, whispering her dreams to the stars. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The woman stood, her movements slow but deliberate, and held out her hand. In her palm was a small, smooth stone, etched with a single word, hope. "I am no one special," she said, "just a keeper of stories. And tonight I have a gift for you." Amara took the stone, its surface cool against her skin. "A gift?" "Yes," the woman said. "This stone is a reminder. No matter how dark the night, how heavy the pain, hope will always guide you home. But it is also a responsibility. You must share this hope with others, for there are many who have lost their way." Amara clutched the stone tightly, feeling its weight in her hand. "I will," she said, her voice steady. "I'll carry it with me always." The woman nodded, her smile deepening. "Then my work here is done." She turned and began to walk away, her figure growing smaller against the vast expanse of the shore. "Wait," Amara called out. "What's your name?" The woman paused and glanced over her shoulder. "Call me Stella," she said, "like the stars." And with that, she disappeared into the night, leaving Amara alone with the lantern, the stone, and the endless sky above. Amara returned to the city, her heart lighter than it had been in years. She placed the stone on a shelf in her shop, where it caught the light and seemed to glow with a quiet strength. Customers would often ask about it, and Amara would tell them the story of the old woman by the shore, of pain and hope, and the stars that always shine. Over time, her shop became more than just a place to buy baskets. It became a sanctuary, a place where people could come to share their stories, their struggles, and their dreams. Amara listened to them all, offering words of encouragement and a gentle reminder that even in the darkest nights, hope was never far away. Years later, as an elderly Amara sat by the shore once more, she held the stone in her hand and smiled. The stars above twinkled brightly, as if they were winking at her. She closed her eyes, feeling the warmth of the lantern's flame and the cool breeze on her face. "Thank you, Stella," she whispered, "for showing me the way." And as the waves lapped gently at the shore, Amara knew that her journey had come full circle. She had carried her pain, nurtured her hope, and shared it with the world. And now, as the stars watched over her, she felt at peace, like a quiet symphony playing softly in the depths of her soul. The battles she had fought, the tears she had shed, they no longer defined her. They had shaped her, yes, but they had also made her stronger, more compassionate. She looked out at the horizon, where the last traces of daylight kissed the edge of the earth. The warmth of the setting sun still lingered in the air, mingling with the coolness of the approaching night. The world around her felt vast, yet in that vastness, she felt a deep connection to everything, like she was a part of something greater, a story far older than her own. The winds whispered through the trees, as if echoing her thoughts, and she smiled softly. She had never been alone, not really. Every person she had encountered, every challenge she had faced, had brought her here, to this moment. It was as though the universe had woven a tapestry of experiences that had led her to this point of clarity. She took a step forward, the earth solid beneath her feet, grounding her. A sense of knowing washed over her. This was her beginning, her second chance. No more running from what had hurt her, no more holding back from what could heal her. She was ready. As the stars continued to shine above, Amara felt the weight of her past lift, replaced by the weight of possibility. And with each breath, she embraced the future, one where she could continue to share her story, her truth, and her light. The journey was far from over, but for the first time, she knew she was exactly where she was meant to be.